his servants ye are to whom ye obey.
So whoever you yield yourself to obey. If it's unrighteousness, you have a problem. Read it. Read that again.
Romans 6:16. Know ye not that to whom ye yield yourselves servants to obey, his servants ye are to whom you obey, whether of sin unto death or of obedience unto righteousness.
Whether sin unto death or obedience unto righteousness. That's what it all boils down to. There's no other options. The brother made a statement earlier. There's no lukewarm area. It's either right or wrong, hot or cold, good or bad, up and down, in and out. There is no in-between areas. There's no sitting on the fence on this one right here. There's no sitting on the fence on this one. Give me that Revelation 3:7. Right? Come on.
Romans 2:8. But unto them that are contentious, and do not obey the truth,
Come on.
but obey unrighteousness, indignation and wrath, tribulation and anguish upon every soul of man that doeth evil.
Right, so that's what's going to get. Tribulation, anger, wrath, unto every soul that obey evil. Read it again.
Romans 2:8. But unto them that are contentious and do not obey the truth,
Come on.
but obey unrighteousness, indignation and wrath, tribulation and anguish upon every soul of man that doeth evil, of the Jew first, and also of the Gentile.
Of the Jew first, and also of the Gentile. So there's hierarchy. The Jew first, which is the house of Israel. Right? With that, in a nutshell, the Jew is the house of Israel. The whole nation. The whole nation. To the Jew first, then unto the Gentile. Then unto the Gentile. So the nation of Israel need to get their hand together. They need to understand how this thing goes. And as I said, there's no sin on the fence. Come on.
Revelation 3:15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot.
Right?
I would thou wert cold or hot.
He would that thou were cold or hot, whether you believe or you don't believe. You got to pick a side. You have to pick a side. There's no sin on the fence. No sin on the fence. Come on.
So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
The Lord said He's going to spit you out because you didn't pick. He'd rather have you cold or hot. Don't be sitting on the fence, teetering, like you know better than everybody else to stay neutral. You got to pick a side. Everybody going to have to pick a side. Either you for Christ and the Most High, or you for Satan. Either you for Christ and the Most High, or you for Satan. Know this for sure. Judgment's going to start at the house of the Most High first. Judgment's going to start at the house of the Most High first. Where you at? 29.
Revelation 3:17. Because thou sayest, I am rich and increased with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked.
Who is that talking about? That's talking about the rich. Is that just talking about the rich? Or is it talking about those that act like they're good, they got everything they need, they don't need religion, they don't need the Most High, they don't need Christ, they've been doing fine without Him? The Most High said you're wretched, you're miserable. Read it again.
Revelation 3:17. Because thou sayest, I am rich and increased with goods.
I got all I need. I don't need religion. Come on.
And have need of nothing.
Right.
And knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked.
Naked, miserable, poor, and blind. Read it.
I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed.
Come on.
And that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear. And anoint thy eyes with eye salve.
These scriptures, anoint thy eye with eye salve. Get into these scriptures, man. Stop running around like you good, like you know what's right, you know what's wrong, and you don't need to make you pick a side. You need to pick a side. Why? Because judgment is about to start, man. It's going to start at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what should be the end of them that obey not the gospel, man? Those that put it behind their back. Those that say, I don't need that. Those that say, I'm a Muslim. I don't need Christ. And I can still get salvation. What should the end be for them? Fire and brimstone. Fire and brimstone. Come on.
That thou mayest see As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous therefore and repent. Behold, I stand at the door.
Excuse me. So as we see, the judgment is going to start at the house of the Most High first, right? So the Most High said, as many as he loved, he has rebuked. He has rebuked. How is it, Israel? How happened it, Israel, that thou art in a strange land, that thou art defiled with the dead? How is it? How did that happen to you? Yeah, because the Most High loved you. The Most High rebuked you. The Most High chastised you. Now who's going to take it joyfully? Who's going to say, okay, Father, I've been wrong. I've been wrong. Because the scriptures, go there on First Peter 3.
First Peter 2:19. For this is thankworthy, if a man for conscience toward the Most High endure grief, suffering wrongfully.
Come on.
For what glory is it, if when you be buffeted for your fault, you shall take it patiently?
Right?
But if when you do well, and you suffer for it, yet ye take it patiently, this is acceptable with the Most High.
Keep going.
For even hereunto were you called, because Christ also suffered for us, leaving us an example that you should follow in his steps.
Come on. So right. So Christ was an example for us that we should follow in his steps. So Christ suffered without sin. But we're suffering because of sin. What? Sin of our forefathers, and then our sin of our own personal sins that we committed right here in America. As we somewhat got so-called freedom here in America, we went off. Remember the days of when we was in captivity, when we did segregation days? We called on the Most High regularly. We called on the Most High. But now, they done made us partakers in their voting. We can get jobs with them. We can sleep with them. We can become presidents, mayors, governors, senates. We done went off. We forgot all about the Most High. Now we say we don't need the Most High. We can want to live our own lives, make up our own mind, do our own things without the Most High. Most High must be first and foremost. That's the first and greatest commandment. Love the Most High with all thy mind, thy soul, and thy heart. First commandment. How we gonna kick that? I would say it's just me. I did this. My hand got me this. Must be a fool. Judgment's gonna start at the house of the Most High first. So the nation of Israel need to understand who they are. Because judgment's gonna start with you first. It's gonna start with you first.
Luke 10:1. Luke 10:19. Behold, I give unto you power to tread over serpents and scorpions.
No, sorry, 12.
Excuse me. Luke 10:12. But I say unto you,